smiling because he knows that the drafting phase presented by the official gaming phone Infinix is on right on the corner. Right on the map draw though, we will see again dangerous grass.
Initially, we thought this was a very
Dangerous
GEEK fam map.
Yep.
After that game, I think it's more on the EVOS side now.
Let's see, Coach Do you think they'll ban out the chip, the Masha?
Yeah.
The Masha ban
Gotta ban
out.
something, yeah.
Gotta
Masha
ban
makes the most
something.
sense.
Make it more normal, I think. I feel like
More
I think they want to
normal.
make it more normal.
Okay.
It's a good choice by GEEK fam to stay on red though.
Nah, I think they should still go first pick and look out for the prio picks.
What's your command?
Oh wow.
Fanny.
Okay, one thing that Albert isn't known for
Yeah,
is the fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's been improving a lot.
He has, yes.
Like, yeah, during his early years, he's not like known as a fanny mate, but during I mean, he's like wine, you know,
Like what?
wine. It's
Ah.
like, yeah,
He ages.
he aged very well. in
very,
his
very
That's
well.
true.
That's very true. Because
Oh man.
Oh,
we
wow.
thought like his prime would be on RQ, but now in EVOS he's very
Looking good again.
Yeah, but the Sora pick up here. Will this warrant a Valentina reply from
Yes.
EVOS?
Yeah.
I don't think there's no doubt. for
There's
sure.
no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting from GEEK fam, like when they saw Fanny, they just pick up like two fighters,
Yeah.
like gold lane and XP lane, and they will look up their pick for Yi Shin to like maximize the two fighters.
Yeah. You need extra range,
Yeah.
especially with this pickup.
But for EVOS, yeah, they should look at Valentina and back again, Marshall is still open, and against two fighters, I think it's very good.
Yeah, Marcel's still available, but still yet to be picked up. Do we have a something going on here? Let's take a look at the drafting.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait.
We have a pause.
Have a pause.
I got a question here for Aldo. Like, I understand that he's been improving really quick. It's
Yeah.
like fine wine.
Yeah.
But why Fanny first pick, right? I mean, could have hidden it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
I think because
Yeah.
I don't think GEEK fam would have banned it either.
I think.
Oh, maybe GEEK fam would have picked it actually.
yeah, maybe. Or maybe they just want to select. Yeah, Albert's gonna be the boss. He'll first pick every hero.
Yeah. For
this
those
season.
of y'all at home, fun fact.
Ooh.
Oh, it's got the fun fact. Albert was the guy who asked you, yo, you want to join EVOS? And then they got the deal done. So, hey, Albert's the boss.
Agent Albert.
Albert's the boss.
Agent Albert. But now, with the Gatot Gacha, the Marcel's still available. Do they want to pick it up here?
Against a Fanny. Did you want to just go like a hard CC?
That's true, but don't you
Hard-
stop the
hard-
fanning when it's cabling around, right? Is that a possibility?
I mean, Kalea is quite good because with the sustain do with the hills and everything, but
Detective Fredrin on the
oh, they just go to Fredrin.
Yeah.
Wow,
So, the matchup against the Fanny, what do you think about this?
Fanny.
Against the Fanny.
I think Fanny in MPL is just all about like the long lane pressure, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
because you cannot like, especially with this three drafts that have been three heroes that have been picked by GEEK fam, like all three tanky heroes, man, beefy boys.
Beefy boys.
And with the Harith ban from, I think GEEK's just gonna ban Erlan's hero for sure now. And but I feel something fishy in defense trap. I think
Fishy?
Yeah, I think Balo is gonna pull out something, a damage, a roamer, or because they kind of lack of damage.
Yeah, what do you think will be the most suitable, pick up there? I'm thinking of a Badang, to be honest.
Badang.
Yeah.
Badang is a very good answer for the Fanny, but the Kimi for sure goes in because they need the DPS as a two-fighter lineup. But this is the last pick, Balo. Yeah, you can still smell something cheesy
Yeah,
here.
bro, I'm smelling something being picked up by Baloyski there.
But for EVOS, I think Fallen is still flex because he can go against a Sora.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So, but the Sora is also flex because he can just go around with the CC.
Yeah,
So it's just like a mind game now.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like Valentina up against a Kimi in mid doesn't really have that much prio.
Yeah.
I mean, sure you have dashes, but the Kimi is just gonna constantly bully you
Yeah.
with the auto attack. So the Valentina's gonna need help with that Claude and the Selena. Wow.
Yeah, Selena Gardot.
Selena mid. Yeah, Selena Gatot is a beautiful combo. You can play with the stuns and all that. But now Erlan will be the one picking up that Claude. Last pick though. What is it gonna be?
It's Baloy, man. It's Baloy's hero.
Wait, what if it is a Sora roll?
Unlike, very unlike.
I'm thinking of things that are crazy.
If he
right?
was thinking about picking Nata, Selena is kind of counter that because he can put up traps.
Yeah, traps.
Yeah,
Traps,
yeah.
obviously.
To lead the charge.
It's just
still
a
a Hilda.
It's just a Hilda.
Oh well.
Oh well,
We thought.
we
Completely thought. We were sold dreams. We thought that Baloyski is gonna pick up
something
that is cheesy, something fishy. But at the end of the day, it's just a Hilda. And we did hover up to the draft. It's gonna be the Sora gold lane.
Oh, Sora gold.
Yeah, Sora gold lane on the hands of Kanziski. So that's not gonna be a direct matchup
Yeah.
with the Valentina. So the Valentina XP kinda loses the prio then.
But Valentina is a very good laner.
Ah.
Actually, especially with the new patch,
Yeah.
the new buffs, the early game damage is a very good buff for him, and I don't think he will have a hard time against the CC. But
Wow.
Do you trust this lineup rating? 10.3
That
for
is
Geek Fam.
wow. That's crazy how like,
is that an all-time high?
I think that might be. I've never seen a 10.2 before.
Well, we'll have to see if the lineup rating translates into a win.
They did it last game.
They did it last
They
game.
did.
They lost. And now let's see if Geek Fam are able to turn the tables around and produce an equalizer. Or will EVOS finally be able to celebrate their maiden win in MPL ID Season 17? It is Game 2 of EVOS against Geek Fam.
Yeah, they're gonna swap. I mean, with the swap, like Aldo mentioned, it'll be all right. I just don't. How good is Sora Gold now is the question. I think right now this is a very difficult game for the Fanny, man.
Yeah, because it's all beefy boys.
Oh.
Oh,
Go straight to the
wow.
orange buff. Oh, no way.
Oh.
Okay, Makis finally wins the red tree here, right? But Albert, he didn't quite catch it. Oh, now he's going to be punished by Paloyski. Risky moves by Albert.
Is that a worth it trade? You get the flicker from Baloyski?
I
Hell
think, no, because he loses at
Yeah.
tempo as a Fanny, because you want to play with tempo with Fanny.
That's true.
But if he get the red buff, oh my.
Yeah, you get the red buff, you get the flicker too.
Yeah, make it.
I think Maloyski is gonna be fine. You know, he's a quick woman with an axe. But now the emblems by Bayou. Anything out of the ordinary for you?
No, I think
Or
it's
so?
all normal with the Sora, with the fighter emblem, the gold lane is fine. But the impurage on Sora is kinda, because we've been seeing the. Oh wait!
Hold up.
Oh wow!
All right, even I didn't expect that much damage. I thought, Baloyski would... Hey, this is normal, though. I think if Baloyski
Yeah.
gets first blooded, Geek Fam are en route to a better game.
Yeah, the 0-10 power spike
Yeah.
from Baloyski. He's gonna need to die a lot of times though. But now I feel like there's an angle for this Fanny to work because you have the stun, you have a lot of CCs, and the Fanny can just come flying in. With the cables, it's almost like when an Alice ults, right? And the Fanny just goes pss, 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 all the time.
Yeah, but we're seeing that EVOS has a better mid prio because with the Gato Selena, I think it's much stronger.
Yep.
But yeah, as a Fanny, you just want to prio the purple buff.
Yep. Hold on now. Naked's on it. This will be free. Doesn't look like they'll contest key though. Still caught in a really bad spot. Kenzie! Solo kill! Up top in the gold lane. Fanny coming down to go for a trade, and he will be able to find a trade.
Yeah, he's paying dividends right there after losing horribly in game 1. But is the Sora expected to dominate the lane against a Claude?
Yeah, Sora is a lane bully, especially with the Impurage with the early damage. Yeah, but I still think it's a very hard Fanny game for Albert. But let's see, because back, if I'm all beefy boys, man, 4 beefy boys.
Yeah, very, very strong. So then, when you have a lot of tanks, I'm thinking of a Sky Piercer from someone, maybe from the Selena? Because you're going to want to burst them down, right? And I think when you talk about burst damage, there isn't really much. Maybe the Fanny could kind of do that. Tricky too can kind of do that, but he's going to itemize with the glowing wand, so does the Sky Piercer come in hand here for EVOS?
No, I think they just want to scale out for Ireland to deal damage because the beefy boys will get shredded out by the Cloud with the Trinity.
Oh! Just gonna steal the XP grab. He's gonna go in for more!
Yeah, he wanted more. Vengeance not used though. Marcel just survived that. Aloyski getting caught again by Tricky.
Baloy Spike, I think he's looking for the Baloy Spike.
Yeah, 2 deaths already. He has a kill though. 1v1 gets terrified.
7 deaths Baloy.
7 deaths below. I'm gonna go for 12 deaths below.
No.
This is the possibility. And look at how they have Prio 2 on trying to disturb Albert and his purple buff. This might be a skirmish here. They're going in with the taunt.
Yeah, Naked's already there. Double taunt coming down and the AOG, but it
Waiting.
doesn't land flush. He tried to go for the back line, and now he gets punished. It's a boy who picks up the kill. Ooh, Shifting skies coming down. Luke going for the same thing. And
Oh!
Kenzie bursted out by Luke. He goes to the skies. He's doing so much damage. Tricky with a follow-up. Luke with the flicker out. Now goes onto a boy. Luke! Oh my goodness! Now it's Erlan with the cleanup. Make kids gun down. Erlan gets a double.
He returns. He's back like he never left. Luke with a beautiful outplay right there. Gets out unscathed. And if you want to narrow it down, it feels like Valentina is not a Luke hero. We haven't seen him much with the Valentina. I mean, back then it wasn't even a meta, but now he plays it wonderfully.
Yeah, I mean, he's Fallon, but he's Sora. It's a Sora in disguise.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was a perfect layering team fight from EVOS. Like, Luke goes in first, and then Erlan follow up with a blazing duet. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Very, very
Man,
beautiful.
okay, yeah. No wonder, you know, we were asking a question. Where's Rendy? Why didn't they trust the pro? Yeah, Luke.
That's true. Randy replaced by someone better, you could say, Baloyski.
And this is a fun fact, guys. If you're playing Fallon against Sora, who ulted first loses.
Ah, yeah, that's true, because the timer, you know,
Yeah.
kind of runs out. So you're gonna have to wait. It's a waiting game.
Yeah, and Luke was the one who ulted the later.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have to get. Oh my god, Baloyski.
Oh, and the arrow from Tricky. It's just beautiful, man. EVOS.
The mid control, man.
This is, again, presumably not their main lineup, and they're playing like this.
Yeah.
They still got few next week.
Imagine if you is
Selena? You Selena?
Exactly. We got few on the Selena,
Yes.
and maybe even Egatizi.
Egatizi. But hold on a minute. I want to give props to Tricky, a rookie playing a second game on stage, pulling out the Selena. Right? This is him with big balls. This is him with big confidence. You know, a Selena is kind of hard to pull out. Yeah. When you're playing like this. Hold on a minute, Albert.
Yeah, he gets caught in the power wilderness, but that's it. Luke, I think he's gonna be chased down, making the retribution as well. He's gonna go for the taunt. Goes for it. But yeah, I don't think Luke really cares. And Geek fam, they're too afraid. They don't want to go on Luke. They get chain CC'd.
Feels like I'm having a fever dream. Valentina, that tanky. Only seen in XP lane. Well, so far, EVOS, they are holding the tempo. But now, Coach Do, what does Geek fam need to do to kind of get back to the game again?
I think they need to, like, because they're playing like fighters, BP boys. I think they just need to go on Erlan, or go on the back line, because it's hard for them to shred out he and also Luke, because Luke is very tanky.
Luke is super tanky, especially with the Oracle completed. Extra shielding too. They want to go for the turtle.
Yeah, Luke's already preparing to ult.
Ah!
Brings out the retry against a Frederick with the help of Luke. Kenzie, the back line, goes in, but it's not really the position you would want to be in. You would want to try to dive in the back line. Kenzie now no ult. And they're going to go for the siege in the mid lane. Abyssal arrow dodged away from by Marcel. He throws out the curtain call, and man, Albert, doesn't matter, I guess.
This guy,
he's just him.
The longevity.
Fine wine.
Fine wine.
Fine wine.
Ages like fine wine. Albert is beautiful on the retribution. Game 1, game 2, no different. And that's up against a Fredrin. And a Sora popping the white ult.
It's 10th season, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and he pulls out the Fanny. Oh my god, oh
Another
wow.
fight.
Yeah. Look at Luke. Already has the ultimate again. Will go out this time. He goes for the damage. Oh boy, he's gonna be the guy who gets sacrificed. Luke! Flickers it forward now. That's the Luke. That's the Luke that Beloy speaks of. Oh, the arrow almost landed. But yeah, when Luke gets ahead, that's what you can expect. You know, he goes in a bit too aggressive a lot of times.
Yeah, stun lands, but it's not gonna really matter. And it feels like watching Luke do that, pull those moves off, it feels like watching a rookie. When he's doing well, Marcel!
Wow. Clean Fanny, man.
Yeah.
Back to my point. A rookie, why I said a rookie, because it feels like, you know, when rookies are ahead, they overheat. They tend to be overconfident, they feel like they can take on the world. And Luke does that a lot, which I think isn't really bad, because he pulls out the moves, but, you know, to a certain degree, you kind of have to stop, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at how Geekfam are able to convert on objectives now because of that death.
Yeah.
Luckily, no shutdown. So, you know, you can still be like, all right, Luke, that's all right. And luckily, Albert is able to make up for it. He got a tier 2 down below. And a kill on Marcel.
Yep. Queen swing, second item though for this Sora. What do you think of that, Coach Do?
Yeah, it's for the cooldown reduction and also
Spell
damage
map?
reduction, yeah,
Uh-huh.
when he's low, and yeah, for the spell cam too. But as we talked about before, like this Fanny will have a good time in the long lane, right?
Yeah.
And there's no one stopping him for sure.
Yeah, the long
And
lane.
with 2-0-2 ahead, I think him just want to burst out the Lord.
Okay.
Cutthroat, no way. He goes for the red tree here.
the Lord?
Marcel
Oh, no.
is going to be tucked low. Red tree. And
Oh.
it's Makeids who gets it. Now it's Kenzie going to the skies, going for the damage again. Into the backline he goes, but Makeids
Kenzie.
got bursted by Tricky. Kenzie, did he not use the ultimate? Now he tries to go for
Back.
Tricky. Flickers out the safety, and Kenzie gets caught by Key. Tricky's unstoppable. It is a disaster for Geek Fam. They got the Lord, but that's about it. They lose 4 of their members.
It was late for Kenziski. He had no stacks to pop the ultimate. And he lost out on the team fight with Geek Fam. They did get the Lord, but look at the prio on the lanes. They have a long lane pushing up top. Aloyski gets the red buff. At least a small win for Geek Fam. A tad bit win. Oh!
Oh my Lord, through a vengeance and a curtain call.
That's a CC, by the way, Miracle. That's a CC.
Yeah, they picked this hero so that the Fanny won't have kill pressure.
But seriously, Albert's fan is looking very good. Like
Yeah.
very, very good. I'm surprised. Like seriously, I'm surprised. Surprised, not surprised, but he's never been this good as a fan before.
Mirko, a bit of a fun fact. My last fanning game I casted in MPL ID was Pikachu Ron.
Oh,
And you know what happened?
that was a great game of Fanny. What are you
Beautiful
talking
game.
about?
Beautiful game of Fanny.
no.
But yeah, Indonesia, we have a lot of good Fannies, right?
Yeah.
We talked about back then Fabian. I think the best Fanny in MPL ID.
The Nile.
Nile, obviously. To an extent, Ray as well?
Yazuke last week.
Yasuke. Yeah, good Fannies here and there. And now Albert pulls it off. Kind of refreshes his own hero pool to get the Fanny onto the pocket.
Yeah.
This is concerning, dude, because now what can't he play, right?
Oh!
Oh my goodness gracious, Luke with the kill steal. No, I'm joking. That was kill secure. But my goodness, an
nice
abyssal
arrow.
arrow. AOG, a boy has to flicker out. Luke doesn't carry, but
Oh!
he flicker too. The mechanics on EVOS shining through, and Luke wants more. He will be the sacrificial lamb. He took one too many turret shots.
Beautiful engage from EVOS again, playing to the strength of their craft. You have a Fanny that can just kind of get in, burst down, and if there is no kill, there's gonna be the cleanup crew.
Yeah.
Then you have Valentina that's very mobile, and then you play with Tricky, with the stun, and then you go for the AOG. A lot of ways to approach this. And by the way, this is kind of like EVOS playing without Adelan really getting online, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not really rampaging in the line of Dawn, but they work it out.
I mean, back again, as I've said it before, it's a very good layering team fights by EVOS. It's like they know who to go first and who to go next. I mean, it's just beautiful. And talking about the tricky is 5-0 and 7.
Wow. We talk about Selena's, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
look at him
Oh,
go.
he kills
Oh,
Kenzie,
oh.
right?
Look at him go.
Goes to the skies, Halberd in the 1v1
Look at him
against
go.
Kenzie. He's gonna go to the air, Halberd!
Oh!
Solo kill by Kenzie. It's a shutdown as the Lord spawns in the game. That was a risk that Albert took that might not pay off. Geek Fam have control, but they just don't have. They're way too behind to take it.
That's true. They have the Lord available, and Albert is 25 seconds away from respawning. A boy gets the Divine Glaive, so that's going to be at least extra Magic Pen to play. The team fight arrives. Oracle though for Marcel. So now, will Geek Fam just juggle this? They're not going to commit to this. Are they going to commit?
Oh, the arrow. Wow, I'm surprised Key didn't AOG there. They know a boy doesn't have flicker from the last time, right?
Yeah.
I think they're just playing it safe and, you know, discipline, I would say.
guess.
But yeah, Geek Fam, why they can hold the Lord? Because they will just get poked out
Yeah.
by the Claude, by the Selena.
Selena poke, man.
Especially with Claude with 4 items already. I think, yeah, they cannot hold the Lord.
Tricky is 5-0-8. Gonna be a stun going in with the Abyssal Trap 2 Key. Eating so much damage.
Yeah. Goes back in, AOG gets cancelled. He can't go for the AOG. What the hell?
Oh,
He's still alive, gets a big taunt before he dies. No one there to follow it up though, but a boy falls as well. That's Luke stealing away the ultimate. Now he's gonna go in
Luke.
to the backline. He goes, and the backline is a very tanky Kids. But Luke is gonna make quick work out of it. Goes for the flicker as well as Albert follows it up. Luke goes in, doesn't land the last shot. Marcel's gonna take him out as Kenzie goes with shifting skies. The Abyssal Arrow doesn't land. Now Evo set their sights on the Lord as the bottom lane wave crashed in. This looks like it's no way. Yeah, there's no way for GFAM to contest. EVOS They got the Lord.
Yeah, they got the Lord, but was that overzealousness from EVOS, or they were just trying to zone out GEEK and take their chance?
I think they're just trying to zone out GEEK and take the chance. But I think at this point of the game, it's very hard for GEEK to come back because their composition is built to win out the early game pretty much. And looking at Erlan's full item now, oh my, this Claude will hit like a truck.
Yeah, Claude late game. I've been saying that I don't really care when an MVP picks up a Claude on the ranked games, but late game, Claude is a monster, man. Hits very, very hard, and now they have the Lord prepared to siege onto the base. Look at Albert again.
No way. No way.
Yeah,
He
he's
tries
smoking.
it the second time, right?
No purple buff.
Especially under
Seriously?
current, no purple buff. You're just gonna go with Chunk, a bit of poke here against Kenzie.
He's aura maxing.
He's just dueling everyone in the long lane.
Yeah.
He's dueling everyone.
He doesn't care. And there
Yeah.
isn't really anyone to respond to the long lane pressure coming in from EVOS. I mean, they have a Hilda that can run, but the Hilda won't be the one to clear the waves. Uh-oh. Make it.
Yeah, Erlan doing so much damage. Luke comes in, blazing
Erlan!
duet from Erlan! And the EOG to lock a boy. He has to flicker out. Erlan still doing damage with the
Bang!
Celtic gun. He has so much range. And now Albert comes in with the cleanup in the backline. He goes. The boy no flicker. Albert with the assassination. 3 members down. I think it's GG. 2-0 to EVOS. Marcel's trying to clear out the way. Baloyski's trying to do the same thing. There's just one casterman in the mid lane. But it'll be enough now with another wave crashing down. EVO starts season 17 with a bang.
They start season 17 with a bang and a roar too. EVOS, clean house, and a very, very dominant 2-0 against GEEK Fam. Again, the standout performer, Albert, the baby alien. But everybody took part in this win, and Luke is back like he never left.
I mean, the layering is so perfect. I've been repeating this word, the layering, but it's just amazing to watch. I'm lost for words.
Very beautiful team fights coming in from EVOS. And you would make a case for EVOS. Maybe it's still GEEK Fam, you know what I mean? If we're gonna take a look at the power rankings, right, from previous season, well, GEEK Fam is obviously gonna be down, a bit down bottom. But this is still a statement game from EVOS. The way they played,
Yeah.
maybe with minimal blunder. And I think the only blunder that I was able to see was, you know, Luke just flashing out, just going in, you know. That's still fine for Luke, because that is his job, right?
This is just his playstyle.
Yeah, that's his playstyle.
It's just Luke.
Are you proud, Mirko, seeing Luke like this?
Hey, but he's not even ex-BTR. He's still BTR. He's alone, you know?
Yeah.
I'd love to call him back. No, I'm joking. You know, Shogun's pretty good too, but man, the combo.
Look at his
was-
layering, man. Look at
Yeah,
his layering.
the layering was beautiful, and all that right as they deplete all the resources.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I feel like it's like juggling. It's a juggling role for Albert. Either you come in and you kind of like poke down people, and then your team's gonna clean house,
Yeah.
or you are the one cleaning house.
Yes.
Insane. But we
Insane.
are on stage with the White Tigers, Bude and Sabila. Take it away. Tricky is obviously not from Sidoarjo. He's not.
Is he not? They just rolled him.
You know, that's what they do.
Oh my
I think every MPL team does that. He's like, what do you want to say to the fans today? I think he has something to say. And then, what do you want to
He
say?
can't fight back. He's a rookie, you know.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't.
Who's he gonna give it the mic to? Erlan,
Yeah.
Albert, Luke. Nah, they're all veterans, man.
For you guys wondering what Sidoarjo is, it's a place on East Java. In Surabaya, basically. But yeah, that was a beautiful game from EVOS, from everybody. I would say Tricky, even as the rookie, was able to show up big time with the Selena. But what do you think about this game, Coach Aldo? Do you want to have something else to point out?
I think it's just a beautiful gameplay. Like, we've seen this glimpse of EVOS in season 16, but in season 17, they're like more refined, you know.
Yeah.
They're much better. They're more cleaner. They're minimal mistakes, and yeah, Albert, man, just too good.
Yeah. Well, thumbs up from Tricky. Luke is very cold, but the MVP still presented by Official Gaming Phone in Phoenix. It is going to be Albert 517 Nofani. We saw him play the game beautifully. I mean, he did kind of lose out on the early game, that red buff take, and then kind of like wasted his time because he wasn't able to get on the red buff quickly, or the orange buff. But he was able to recover himself. So what do you want to point out from Albert too in this game?
His fan is on point. Well, although the one mistake when he got solo killed by Kenzie, but he's on point and he uses his duo with pretty well. He uses the Selena and Gato pretty well to set up kills for him in the mid lane.
Anything else you want to point out, maybe, Miracle? What do you see from Albert's fanny here?
I mean, Albert, it's just that, right? He's flashy, he just got very consistent. I think the other side, this outplay from Luke was beautiful. The follow-up from Erlan as well. Goes to show you that he might not be the Granger Merchant anymore, man. He said in the interview as well that he's learned a lot of heroes, he's added a lot of heroes to his pool. This is a ridiculous solo kill, man. They literally picked up CC and Sora so that this wouldn't happen, but Albert's inevitable.
Yeah, the curtain call, the torrent even did not really save GEEK Fam from what was to become from Albert. He was completely outplaying and just running rampant. Lanadon. But yeah, another point I want to make is that we pointed this out in the game. The fact that this lineup is still without Q, and they're able to play like this. Obviously, again, I made my stand on saying that this is still a GEEK Fam side that we aren't really able to assess yet. How far is their power ranking? But looking at this, still a lot of blunders, still a lot of discomforts here and there. It feels like GEEK Fam is still down there. So the true test for EVOS will be if they meet, you know, the strong teams like Bigatron, Onyx, Alter Ego, and the rest of the other squads in MPL. Well, anything you want to point out again?
I mean, it's normal for GEEK Fam to be, you know, to be down, to be not playing well in the early.
Yeah.
I think it's more weird to see them win, like in season 16, like, yeah. So I hope, yeah, this is like the trajectory that they're going with. They're going with this season, like, yeah, we just start slow and then we keep building like we used to, rather than just winning it all in the first weeks and then dropping from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is just a more normal GEEK Fam for me, but an amazing EVOS.
Yeah, 20-8. Beloyski did not achieve the 7-death
Yeah.
power spike, so maybe that could be the reason why they lost. But Tricky is 6-0-9 on the Selena. Maybe anything you want to kind of scout from the builds or maybe the emblems?
I think Tricky plays the Selena pretty well. He uses the Gatot pretty well, and he uses the angles to throw his abyssal arrow. He uses like from the right side and left side. He always changes so that the enemy wouldn't notice that and will get caught. And it's an easy combo with the Gatot, right? It's in either abyssal arrow OEG or Ton to an abyssal arrow, and yeah, it shows that they're connecting very well.
Yeah, a lot of combos. But Mirko, is his Selena better than Moreno's Selena?
Oh, I don't think we can say that yet, dude. Moreno's pretty good on Selena, dude.
What about Renz?
I'm not sure, actually. We'll have to see. This is one game, right?
Yeah.
One game so far, not even 2 games, just one game of the match.
And I
Another
feel like
combo was the Valentina, by the way. Like
Yeah.
Valentina Sora, right? Takes away the Sora ult, Sora Gatot. Combo we saw a lot on M7. And so they got both Selena, Gatot, and Sora Gatot.
yeah, three combos to play with. And again, the Fanny either pokes early to kind of lower the health of GEEK Fam, or he will become the one to kind of like clean house.
Finish the job.
Yeah, just become the cleaner for EVOS. And that was mostly what Albert was doing. And the fact that he also won a Red Tree battle, up against Fredrid, that was quite impressive, Coach, though.
Yeah, and speaking of Selena, I think Tricky also learns from the best, no? He got few in the back.
That is true. I mean, imagine if your mentor is Few, a world champion, or maybe your mentor is Kellara, but I don't think Onyx needs mentors today. So, you know, we'll save that for later because we will have Onyx against Alter Ego in the second match. But another part I want to say is that, I mean, sure, they have the Fredrin, they have the CC and the Sora to kind of stop the Fanny. But what happened? Why did the Fanny become unstoppable?
I think it's because of the connection in the mid lane. Selena Gatot always picks off below early game that gives the Fanny kills the items that he needs to snowball the early game. And from there, they're just looking for kills in the mid lane, in the side lanes, and Albert was 2-0-2 at some point in the mid game, and he was unstoppable in the long lanes, and nobody was stopping the Fanny when he's far ahead. And GEEK Fam's top composition is a very early game composition, I might say. 2 fighters, 4 BV boys, and if they go behind, it's no point of going back.